the Sports Show. Of course, the World Athletics Championships were on in Budapest, Hungary back in August. Our next guest competed in those. The 19-year-old took 1.4 seconds, if you don't mind, off his 200-metre run. If you're going to do it, you may as well do it in the best place in the world.
At the world.
We're talking about Aidan Murphy. Aidan, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good yourself, mate.
Hey, talk about the intro, mate, only because 1.4 seconds off of 200 metres. Most people think, 1 second, that's a big distance,
That's
isn't
a
it?
long time.
It is, yeah, especially in the 200.
What do you reckon the distance is, metre-wise, 1.4, roughly?
I'll get around 3 metres at that speed.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it,
Yeah,
to take it
all
off?
right.
Did you know, was it coming? Could you feel that time was in you?
Yeah, look, so we had a really good off-season leading into that run. So the 20.41 that you're talking about was fantastic. So I had a new coach at the time, and that helped a lot. And we just really pushed through a hard off-season. There's no big secret in that, just hard work, mate.
Hey, mate, tell us about what you call a big off-season. Is it a heavy lifting? Is it what changed in that
Yeah,
season?
man. So not too far off. Heavy lifting's involved in that for sure, but just a lot of high volume work. A lot of throwing up sessions, hands and knees on the ground. You know how it is.
Yep.
But yeah, that's really all it takes. Just a lot of that week to week, and the odd download week here and there to lighten up and then get back into it.
When you shave that time off, which is that's a massive time to be
Huge time.
in athletics. I don't care.
At a world event.
At a world event,
Yeah.
but when you're in the blocks, can you feel this? I've often wondered with runners and whatever, what they're thinking going from jumping out of the gate, say halfway. When you get halfway, what's going through here? Can I go quicker?
A little bit of that, but we're very focused on our race. We try not to think about, the lead up, but, subconsciously, we all know when we're going to be racing well. I was in good form on that day, and, the weeks leading up to it, we were just exploding out the blocks and out on the track. So, yeah, it's a really good feeling to know that your body's in, the best shape of your life, and then just to execute it out on the track is the next step.
So you're halfway down, you're 100 metres.
Yeah.
You've taken off, you're going a million miles an hour. When you get to that round about the 100 metre mark, are you thinking time or are you thinking win?
Win, for sure, yeah. Okay. We're competitors out there on the track, especially being an individual athlete.
Yeah.
It's pretty much do or die, not compared to the netballer that was here just earlier, but we pretty much have to get the win there, especially in the home state.
Yeah, okay, so all the other guys that are lined up here, you know every one of them?
Yeah.
You know their strengths, you know how quick they are?
Yeah, we've done our research, whether we like it or not, we've seen their highlights.
Is there any of this go on?
Yeah, mate, of course.
Yeah.
Quorum is full of it. I don't think any, decent sport wouldn't have any of that just before the race.
Because we don't see it.
Oh, you want to see it? Yeah.
You don't want to hear it either.
Nah, it's not that bad, eh?
Yeah. So, what were you? Are you a block out? You don't want to know this stuff, or?
Well, it depends who I'm talking to, honestly.
Okay.
I enjoy a bit of banter before going into a race, so I might be one of those talkers, eh?
Yeah.
But usually, you either get your quiet call rooms or your very loud call rooms, and your very loud ones seem to be more so just at home, which I prefer. But yeah, we got a couple of big talkers in our races here.
Yeah. Because I did hear one, and I have to say this because I thought it was quite good. One of the competitors, I forget where I was watching this, but he did say to the guy next to him, "Are you limping?" That's all he said. Are you limping? The guy wasn't limping, otherwise he wouldn't be in the race.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be in the race. But he said to him, "You look like you were limping on the way to the." I mean, that's just a...
Yeah, a few mind games.
Yeah?
Yeah, they get thrown out every now and then, but you just got to push through it, eh?
Mate, on the track, because have you got the blinkers on? Can you see, your peripherals are working? You see what's going on around you, or is it, I'm focused? It doesn't matter what's happening here?
Yeah, it's not really, actually. It's very tunnel vision, and it's nearly like feeling the competitors around you in the lane, because you're all very close by. You know, there's only, 8 competitors out for that 200 race, so... we can really feel each other on the track and hear each other more than actually see, because, our gaze is straight ahead at the finish line. So we're all just trying to get to the finish line as quick as possible, yeah.
Hey, mate, you spent a bit of time in Europe in the build-up to it, and it's the great thing about Europe. Track is so much bigger over there, and there's so much better things to work with. How long in Europe before?
I reckon I was about a month and a half in Europe, yeah.
Yep. Based where?
Oh, so we were in Milan for a lot. So the AAS...
not the worst spot to be based, no.
Beautiful spot, mate. Right next to Lake Como, so...
So only a few distractions.
You know where we were on a rest day?
Yeah.
So we were just basically, northwest of Milan, about 40 minutes in a place called Gavarat.
Yep.
So the ETC is there, the European Training Centre for the AS, and that's right next to the lake where all the rowers go, but there's also a track there. So you get a couple of track athletes there.
Yep.
So I was accompanied by Lockie Kennedy and Tori Lewis, so they're also running at the Worlds.
Yep.
And then, we were pretty much just all trained together, one little group, just trying to do as best as we can, eh?
Mate, you got the Pacific Games come up November.
Yep.
Squad of 20, so it's in the squad of 20, so it's not like they're just taking anyone that's available, so it's pretty unique to get in. How's the training for that going, mate?
Pretty good. At the moment, we're still doing some more off-season work. It is a month away, so we're just putting our heads down, and then, as you said before, we like to taper off right before we get into all the good stuff.
Tapering, mate. Take the viewers through the heavy workload and then into tapering, how it changes so quickly.
Right, so as I was saying before, high volume, and then we'll just slowly decrease the amount of reps we would do, and then that would turn into shorter reps as well as we get into the last couple of weeks. So, and that really just starts firing the body up, and then you've got the whole fitness background, your body knows how to run, it can run further than what you can. So it's pretty much all a confidence game, because you've run way more than you have in the comp than in training.
It's amazing, this game.
There's
There's a lot of sacrifices go on in this, isn't there? I mean, how old are you, mate?
19.
19 years of age. Be a lot of sacrifices go. There's no parties. There's no, none of that.
Very few if we do.
I was going to say, I don't know about no. There was a cheeky smile that came out there. A limited number, I think.
Here and there.
Limited number, yeah.
Here and there, but there is a lot of sacrifice that you have to make to be where you are right now.
That's true, yeah. So, the social life isn't where we want it to be all the time, but we do get around as much as we can, and it helps being at uni. I'm at Adelaide at the moment, so I can get around all the fellas there.
Yeah.
But look, we're in a squad environment, so we don't actually think it like that.
Yeah.
We all make the same sacrifices together, so we don't even think about it for our day-to-day life. It's just a way of living.
And the other thing is too that I like about when you read up on guys like Aidan is the travel. The places you get to see.
Yeah, man.
On your travel, you just mentioned Milan. We've been in Budapest, which is another beautiful place.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful place. And now we're talking Solomon Islands and whatever. This is just. You want to be in a team just for the trip.
It's not, well, it's the training that stops you from being there, mate.
I can see him making the team in a couple of years' time. Looking all healthy.
Hey, mate, for you, the 100, the 200, a preference?
200 for sure. The 100 is so quick, man. It's just like you get out of blocks and you look up and you got 30 minutes to go. You just got to try and push through the line. But yeah, man, they're both really good events. I enjoy both equally, but I seem to be a lot better at the 200 than the 1, so I just naturally have chosen the 2.
I love the 200. I think the 200 is a great event. I really do.
Do you get the burn,
like
mate? At what stage in the 200 do you feel the burn come? You know it's coming. At what point in the track does it get you?
I'd say, those last 60 metres, last 40 metres, you can start to feel it, but the training we've done has actually helped with that, and you're actually meant to re-accelerate past most of the field at that point. So we have, 5-6 gears in a car. We try to think of the same thing as a 200 race. Every 30 metres we're changing gears and getting stronger. So that last, 50, 60 is a push, but that's when, the top elite, athletes are really giving it their all.
Most of them have, most track athletes in the 100 or the 200, there's one part they're really strong at, like it's out of the blocks, they're really good, or at, what you say at the 50, they can hit the extra turbo and get going. What is it for you, Aidan?
I'd say the last 50 is where we're at the moment. I'm starting to get a little bit of both, but as a developing athlete, it changes from month to month depending on what we're doing in training. But we sort of try and get that last 50, a grass type finish as we would call it. Very strong.
Well, I would have thought if there's any part of the race that I'd like to be strong at, it would be the last 50. Right? Rather than the first 50.
You don't win at the last first 50, so might as well lay that last one pretty good.
Mate, the expectation on yourself for the games coming up, what are you putting on yourself?
So obviously I'm trying to qualify for that. The way we qualify is we get 5 really good races and then we average that time out and then we get in through that way. So there's 48 athletes that actually go for the 200. And it's pretty high expectations, but we're in and around it, and we're training our asses off to get there. So
Good on you,
you know,
mate.
that's all we look forward to.
Well, if you take another 1.4 seconds off at your next race, mate, you'll be
Yeah, I'll be going
pretty
all right
good.
if I do that.
Hey, Aidan, good luck, mate. It'll be
Yeah, mate.
the Pacific Games. Hope it goes really well for
Thanks,
you.
mate.
Hopefully we'll get you back sometime during the season, mate, when it's on and we can hear how you're going, mate. That
Sounds
last
good.
50's become a 40, become a 20.
Yeah, and of course the athletics season does
October
start
14th.
October 14th.
Yep.
This weekend.
Yep.
This weekend.
You out for a run?
Yeah, mate. Turn 20 then too, eh?
20, well, yeah, get
I'll
out
be
there
there.
and have a look. We want to get to the track. Go on to the track this weekend?
Well, I'll go and have a look.
Oh, you're a funny man. Aidan, appreciate your time, mate. Good luck.
Too easy. Thanks, mate.
Stay
Good
with
luck,
us
mate.
still. A bit more to come on the show.